Na nikisema tumejipata na maanisha tumejipata kweli kweli, haina kutiatia huruma msemo wangu. Sasa tulia hapo hapo ulipo, na kama ambavyo nimekufahamisha kwamba leo mwamba tuko naye, na mwamba huyu hapa tunapiga naye story kama kawaida kutokea Lagos, Nigeria. Ushaelewa Lagos, Nigeria, mbali sana, magharibi mwa Afrika kuja mpaka mashariki mwa Afrika. Hii ni mega move, na ninajua pia wenzetu tumekuwa tukizungumza sana kuhusiana na haya maswala. Kwa mtu ambaye anasikiliza radio, kabla sijahama kwenda kuzungumza naye, wenzetu wamekuwa wazuri sana kuja kufanya promotion za kazi zao mashariki mwa Afrika, tofauti na sisi tunavyokwenda kule kwao. Lakini pia hii huenda kuna siri ambayo iko nyuma ya haya matukio ambayo wao wamekuwa wakiyafanya. Kwa naamini kabisa tutafahamu vitu vingi sana ambavyo wao wanaamini kwa upande wetu huu, ambacho pia tunaweza kujifunza kwa ajili ya kujua tunafanya nini ili kuweza kubadilishana haya masoko. My brother, what's up?
What's up, man? Good afternoon. Yeah.
We good.
Let's go.
We good. You come a long way from Lagos, Nigeria.
Yeah, man.
But I think it's just yesterday or the day before yesterday.
I was in Nairobi.
You was in Nairobi.
Yeah.
So it's like you're doing a tour in East Africa.
Yeah, man. Like I get so much love on this side.
Okay.
So for me, like I'm getting ready to release like my first single of the year.
Okay.
And I just want to show love back. I'm starting the campaign in East Africa.
Nice.
So some of the songs that I've been playing and stuff, like no one else has heard it in any other parts of the world. So we're starting in East Africa this time.
Nice,
yeah.
Nice. And now I see a lot of Nigerian artists, they promote their song here in East Africa. I don't know the secret behind, but you can show you can tell me anything about it.
Yeah.
I mean about your belief in this coast.
For me, I go where the love is. You know, Tanzania, like people have always shown the world love.
Okay.
So for me, I'm just just following that path. You know, it feels right being here. The last time I was here, I had a great time. I was well received, and for me, I'm just coming back because you guys took care of me, so I'm back again.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, are you just coming for tour, or you have some other issues here?
I'm actually doing a show tomorrow night.
Okay.
The Jemison Hangout. I'll be performing there tomorrow, so you guys should definitely come out and see me. It's gonna be a great time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Straight Up Vibes. Yeah. What are you about to say?
I wanted to say that it's honor to have you over here.
Yeah.
But I have this little bit of question.
Sure.
You seems very quiet. Like you the last time you dropped your song is almost 7 or 8 months ago, and you was quiet for a while. Like what were you doing all the time?
I wasn't quiet. I feel like just different sounds. My last album was more of like a Western vibe, like fused with like some Afro beats vibes and stuff. Because I used to live in ATL, so my last album had a lot of like my journey from ATL to Lagos.
Okay.
So some of the songs I feel like there's a certain sound that travels to this region,
Okay.
right? And people hear only a certain sound that fits the demographic. So that's really what it is.
Okay.
So, yeah.
From what I remember, 6 months ago,
Yeah.
you introduced your new label.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and after 2 months later, you just posted another issues like we didn't see any artists, we didn't see anything. Like is the label still alive?
Yeah, absolutely. It's called addictive content.
Yeah.
So for me, starting a label, I look at it like the most important thing is the team.
Okay.
Before you can, I have a few producers under the label now that are amazing. I've been working with them quietly. I like to present stuff, not talk too much about it. Hey, there's a song, let's go, right? So I'm currently working with some new artists and stuff. So for me, when you want to bring an artist into a label, you want to make sure that the team that you're bringing them into are solid. So for me, like I've been building a team of strong people around me because it's very important. Like I'm a hands-on artist, and I've been that way for so long. And I understand the value of protecting artists. And the only way you can really protect artists like me, I just feel for artists. You have to put them in a system that works with amazing people that you can trust them with. So it takes time. So I'm not rushing the process.
Okay. But you already signed any artist in your label?
Yeah, actually, I have a few artists that I'm working with right now. I have producers first. You know? I've been building a team of just managers and people around me and creatives around me, so that when we bring the artist in, there's a working system. It's because normally like it's easier for me to just say, hey, artist, come, right?
Okay.
But I want you to come into a system that's already structured.
That's good. What about the people you're focusing at, are you focusing on only Nigerian artists?
No,
all over the world?
All over the world. Like to me, I'm very open.
Okay.
Even the last time I did an open verse challenge, like I had artists from different parts of the world. Just like I'm like, so much talent in Africa. It's actually unbelievable. Yeah. So for me, the vision behind the label is like what I've been able to do for myself, and the sounds I've been able to create. I see a vision of being able to collaborate with new artists to do that. Even, I know songs that I've written for like Davido's, like, Blow My Mind, Sweet in the Middle. I know how those records do, but imagine a world where like I'm actually working with a new artist. There's so many superstars. So for me, it's just really just my own little contribution to the culture in general. Okay. So it's not just about Nigerian artists or it's just great artists from Africa.
Okay. Any luck in Tanzania?
You know what? Hey, I'm here. You guys should put me on.
Okay.
That's great. We have a lot of kids that they have a really talent.
Amazing.
Yeah, of course, here in Tanzania. So if you have a time, I can.
Oh, you guys
I can play
just share. Yeah, absolutely.
I can share something with you. Then you'll see how you can work with them.
Absolutely.
But also, do you hear what Grammy was posted about our music here in Africa? Now they recognize almost the whole continent in their different kind of music, including bongo flavor, Niger music, and stuff like that. And they create a category where African act, they can go there and compete.
I'll tell you my real true. So for me, that's it. That's good progress.
Okay.
But that's not where we're going, right? Because I feel like I envision a space where we have African artists competing in different categories.
Okay.
Not just amongst ourselves, because we are really truly amazing and we are the future. And I know that in years to come, we're gonna have a space where you have an African artist from, for example, Tanzania, competing on the hip hop category because he's just that good.
Yeah.
Not because he's just African. Not because he's, you're a rapper, but you're African. Now you got to go compete with other African artists. No, your music is really hip-hop music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you create R&B music and it's up to that standard, right, you should be able to compete in the R&B category, not just African category because you're African born, because music is music.
Yeah.
And I feel like African artists in different parts of the world do not just do Afro beats. I don't even do Afro beats.
I got you.
My sound is a fusion. So I understand the diversity in the sound that's coming out of Africa in different parts. Do you know what I'm saying? I think it's just not, imagine an Amapiano sound, you mixing an Amapiano sound in the same category with an Afrobeat sound. In the same category with the sound from Tanzania.
Bongo flavor.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it doesn't,
I do.
and you expect them to, this is the best of it. The sonics don't even make sense. But that's what they're gonna do, is just put everything together just as one.
Okay. Maybe that's the reason why we don't have a lot of Grammy awards here in Africa, because they just look themselves first, then they.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's all politics at the end of the day. But it's good to see progress.
Yeah.
We as Africans are very, we're overachievers. That one little step forward, we're gonna make it 10 steps forward in a little bit. Do you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So for me, it's it's good to see the progress. It just shows that the African culture is making big strides.
I know you have a very relationship with Davido. Very good relationship with Davido. But here, when we see at the Niger music scene, we see there is a very big beef between Davido and Burna Boy. But I need you to tell me the reality. What's really going on between them two guys?
I really don't know.
True.
I really don't know. I'm really in my own world. I'm just really focusing on my path and creating great music for the people that care about what I do. And I'm sure they're both doing the same thing as well. Everybody's just really focused on the music. I'm focused on the music when it comes to that, because I don't know the personal conversation, so I can't speak on that.
Nice.
Okay, in Tanzania we have our own taste of music, but a lot of people here says Tanzania, we are kind of trying to copy the taste from others countries' music, like Nigerians, South African, everywhere. I really want to hear from you. What do you think about our music?
So-
Tanzanian music?
For me, like Diamond Platinum was one of my first introduction
Okay.
to Tanzanian music, and I remember is that Tetema, that
Yeah.
record, it's beautiful. Actually, when the year that record came out, it was it was actually maybe like my top two favorite song out of Africa.
Wow.
That year, I forgot how many years ago that was. Even the video was just beautiful.
Just like 5
It was
years
one of
ago.
those songs that anytime it comes out, like, yo, this song, oh my God.
It's beautiful.
And that was an authentic sound that came out of here.
Yeah.
So that's my introduction.
Okay.
When it comes to music, we are all learning from each other. We're all taking from each other.
Yeah.
Nigerian music is taken from Mama Piano.
Okay.
Tanzanian music is taken from Mama Piano and taken from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Nigerians are taking from some of the melodies. I feel like we're all inspiring each other, and I think it should be that way because that's really what it is. If I do something that's great, and you like it, and it inspires you to even be greater, we're helping each other grow.
Okay.
So that's how I look at it. Like, you
Okay.
know,
Nice.
That's
think-
great. You
I
may-
think, I just think like social media is just too toxic these days, and it's more competition than actual facts of what's really happening.
Yeah.
And it's clouding the real true progress that we're making, and it's making it more of a competition more than how we're really inspiring each other.
Nice.
Because I know the value of some of the songs that I've done and how it inspires other artists, and I know the value of some of the songs that I've heard. Kind of like I said at Tetema, like, which is beautiful. The video and I remember it because like the big choreography and the water and all. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Guess what? I'm inspired.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I got
So
you.
it's and a lot of artists don't even come out and really talk about how inspired they are about other artists because they're scared of making looking small or something. Nah, this is really what we're in
So,
here for.
in your opinion, you don't think that is good for African artists to compete themselves in that way?
Yeah, it's not just the artists, it's the fans too, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, some artists sit in the back and push the fans to go do it. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
But the reality of it is like we're making progress as Africans, and if we don't collaborate and keep it together, we're not gonna get where we need to get fast enough.
And that's great. You mentioned Diamond. Have you ever thought of doing any collab with Tanzanian artists?
We've worked together before, but hopefully one of these days you guys get to hear it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's exclusive.
Yeah.
And I
On my last trip when I was here, we created something.
okay.
Last time I was here.
Okay. Any other artist from Tanzania?
So for me, I'm gonna be honest. This trip, I'm keeping my ears and eyes open. Radio.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you guys, like, I'm still learning the
Yeah.
culture. It's good to be here physically.
True.
This is really how you really appreciate each other's culture. You can't really see it from a distance. I only see what's popular when I'm not here.
Nice.
We only see like maybe the top 3, 4 things. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tetema was so big, and I remember it. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And those are the things that we see on the outside. But when you come in, that's when you see everything else. the real
Nice.
details.
And also, you're a good writer too. So
Thank
you write some song that became a global sound.
Yeah.
But is there any difficulties when you write a track like what you do to the video in Chris Brown? Then it's blow. How do you feel by yourself? Like, man, I write this and then my man is.
You know what? So for me, it's different. When I used to live in the U.S., that's where I started. I started doing songwriting. So as an African kid in Atlanta at the time, everything around me was R&B, hip hop music. You have Akon, you have Usher, you have like B.O.B. I started like the way people accepted me as an African at the time. This is in before the whole African now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The only African everybody cared about was Akon.
Yeah.
And I'm another African kid living in Atlanta. Nobody cared about another vision of another African.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Songwriting was the way of me getting around. Everybody needed songwriters, but they were not looking for another African kid. So I started writing songs for different people. I started writing songs for country artists. I was writing songs for hip-hop artists. I met B.O.B. I started doing hooks for him.
Okay.
Working with Trinidad James. I was writing for Mario, R&B artist.
Wow.
That's how I started. So for me, I've already like lived the essence of being behind the scenes sometimes, right? So for me, coming to Africa and watching a song that I wrote become so big outside my own record, the same year Mad came out. So it's beautiful. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had Mad at the same time, and I had Blew My Mind with DeVito and Chris Brown. I had Sweet in the Middle, another song I wrote for DeVito. So for me, that's my little part of my contribution towards the culture, because
Right.
I can release every record, and if I have the skill to songwrite, why not share it? You know, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So your fans, I'm sorry, I dig you a little deep.
No, it's good. It's good.
I saw kind of comments says like you're very quiet, and I remember last week you just posted that song. What that song again? The last song ambayo umeipiga baba. Ngoma yake ya mwisho ambayo umeipiga. Trouble. Yes, the last song you posted, and you say like, you guys, are you ready for another one? Like
Yes.
the fans were like, oh man, where were you? Like
know,
we are listening
I
to your
know.
music and you're just quiet.
Yeah.
Tell
You know
us
what?
about it.
So, for example, right, quiet is good. For me, 2019, I dropped Love is Contagious, that had the song Show You Off in it. Same 2019, we had Blow My Mind. Same 2019, we had the whole project I Love Goes to Trouble. 2020 pandemic, Afro Soul, from the song Why You that you played.
Yeah.
Fast forward, I had a whole album, 19 songs last year,
Yeah.
Okay.
right? So for me, it was important for me to just like, okay, reset. What's the next phase?
Okay.
We've done the first round. The reality of it is like, some of my best music is actually just now coming out. And we're gonna start soon. I have a new song featuring SARS coming.
Okay.
We come together, we have a Love Goes to Trouble 2 coming.
Trouble
Okay.
2.
Yeah, Trouble
Okay.
2 coming. I have a new album coming
Woo.
this year.
Woo.
I'm working on the dance album as well. I have music to last the next 10 years coming. But in order for me to do that, I had to reset.
Yeah, for
And
real.
people think about music like this. A lot of the music, for example, when we released I Love Goes to Trouble, most of the songs we released in 2019. Most of the songs were created in 2017.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
It's like a movie.
So
You're
I
taking
released the
very
project
long.
last year.
Okay.
It's a disservice for me to just come back and just start releasing music again. I wanted to experience things. I wanted to feel things again.
Yeah.
So when I'm sharing new music and new conversations, it feels authentic at the same time. In order for you to create music, you have to live it. If not, you only just create blah, just for people to just, you want to be famous real quick? Let me do this. Let's do this real quick. Let's do, I don't create trendy music.
Yeah.
If you played about like 4 or 5 songs of mine, none of those songs sound the same.
Yeah.
And it's not easy doing that.
True
It's
that.
easy to follow trend. Like, oh, this is hot right now. Let's do this, right? This is hot right now. That's not the type of artist that I am. So for me, I needed time to create like a whole.
Hang on, my
Yes,
brother.
sir.
This,
Yes,
is
sir.
very, very huge.
Thank you.
Big up to you.
Thank you.
Big
That's the
up to
first
you.
time, like, you know, when you said like I've been quiet. No, I've been creating. It
And,
takes-
and this is the meaning of quiet.
exactly like it's
We
you
got
know
it.
we had to like go back in the studio and figure out, okay, what's the next thing?
I got you.
How do we bring something new that
Yeah.
still people can enjoy at the same time?
Got
That
you.
it takes work. It really
Yeah.
takes a
course.
lot of getting a little bit outside everything, owning, sitting, trying new things. You
Nice.
can't, you know, magic is not, you don't do it overnight.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens overnight.
Yeah.
But when you're intentional about the art and really want to just push things forward, it takes time.
True.
Yeah, and now I understand when you say it that your all song they have different tests.
Exactly.
Location is very different from Mad,
Exactly.
but it's banging. I
Thank
can
you.
feel it.
Thank you.
Okay, you told me. You told us about the album. You told us about the new music coming this year.
yeah.
You speak a lot about everything in Tanzania and over the countries. I just want to know this thing, which make you feel that way. Like you're kind of unique. You get
Yeah.
this inspiration. You inspired on your own. Like you've been quiet and then you come to drop another thing, which is
Yeah.
very banging.
Yeah,
I just
thank
want to know the thing that's unique, the uniqueness you have in you.
Yeah.
What do you have? Like, what don't us know about you? Like, we
Yeah.
only know what we know.
Yeah.
He's a songwriter. We know he's a musician.
Yeah.
But what don't we know about you?
There's a lot of things you don't know about me.
That's what we want to know. even
Tell
three
us.
things, anything.
Tell us. my
you
brother.
know, like for me, where do I start? Music is something that found me.
Okay.
I didn't make it. I was not like, okay, I want to do music because I want to be famous. I want to do. For me, it's just like this is what I breathe, right?
Okay.
I'm a student of
Okay.
this thing. And beyond music, I love family. I love people.
Yeah.
I know how it feels to sit somewhere. When I was just growing up, when I used to just listen to some great musicians that would just, you know, the feeling of how you hear a song that sounds different from everything else, but it inspires you so much.
I get you. I get
And
you.
you're like, what is this I'm listening to?
Yeah.
Right?
It sounds like it's so amazing.
I grew up. Yeah, most of the people that I looked up to made me feel that way.
Okay.
Right? So when it comes to music, that's what that's what drives me.
Okay.
To make somebody else feel that way. Like, oh. So for me, every time I'm creating something, either music, either fashion, or music videos, or just me personally, my default is not to do trendy things.
Okay.
You know,
So-
we only live once, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's
what,
true.
what kind of artist do you classify as yourself? What kind of artist? Who?
As far as what?
When you look at him, you're like, this is me.
Yeah.
Maybe he inspired you and something like that.
Musically, from Kanye West to
Kanye.
Coldplay,
Okay.
to Fela Kuti.
Fella. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
The range of music that I listen to is so wide. But
Okay.
I lived in Lagos before I moved to America. So I had a little balance of both.
Okay.
So it makes it easy for me to understand what's going on, right? So
And-
that helps a lot.
Thank you for your time, my brother.
Thank you.
Hope next time it will be better than this. And DJ Msabato, he is asking for complimentary.
Perfect.
Perfect. The manager, where's the who the manager?
Manager, where are you? We need you here.
Who the manager?
That's the
Are
manager
you
right
the
there.
manager?
They asking about complimentary. About of course about the show tomorrow.
For the show tomorrow, you guys are welcome.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are welcome.
Okay.
Definitely. Just get the contact before we leave and everything. I mean, you guys are already connected, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
He's communicated with our producer,
Okay.
so he
You
knows.
guys are family. Let's bring the same energy tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gonna be lit.
Don't
It's
worry.
gonna be. Anything you want to tell your fans in Tanzania? Because I know Tanzania, there's a lot of fans of yours. They don't know you yet, but they know your music.
Yeah.
So anything you want to share with, and this it's not only for Tanzania, all over the world.
I'm just saying, I'm happy to be here.
Okay.
Just connecting more. It's beyond music, you know. Like, I just appreciate the support. I feel it even from miles and miles away. I'm happy to be here close.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? It's different.
I got
It's
you.
different.
I got
Like,
you.
it feels good to be here.
Bana, kazi yake hii hapo, nakwenda kuisikiliza tena, inaitwa